The urinary system has four main functions: the excretion of metabolic wastes, the maintenance of the water-salt balance, the maintenance of acid-base balance, and the secretion of hormones. The urinary system has four parts in charge of doing all the things just mentioned. These parts are the kidneys, bean-shaped organs that have the purpose of filtering blood and producing urine, ureters that transport the urine from the kidneys to the bladder. The urinary bladder, an expandable organ that stores urine. It also has a sphincter to prevent incontinence. And finally, the urethra that extends from the urinary bladder to an external opening. This is a kidney. As we already know, the main function of the kidneys is to filter the blood and produce urine. To do this, the kidney has the nephrons. The nephrons has many parts too. The glomerulus is a tiny ball-shaped structure composed of capillary blood vessels actively involved in the filtration of the blood to form urine. It is composed of two layers of cells, an inner layer that closely covers the glomerulus and an outer layer that is continuous with the inner layer and with the wall of the renal tube. The Bowman's capsule is an expansion at the close end of a renal tube. It surrounds the glomerulus. In these two parts, blood is filtered using ultrafiltration. This process removes around 70% of the solutes and water from someone's blood plasma. Useful substances like amino acid and glucose are filtered too, but they are reabsorbed by selective reabsorption. After being filtered, the fluid goes into the proximal tube, which extends from the glomerular capsule to the proximal straight tube. At this point, any essential substance like amino acids, glucose, and vitamins are transported back into the blood. Also, a big amount of water goes back into the blood using osmosis. This balances electrolytes levels. The next step is the loop of Henle. Creates a high concentration of the salts that are then added to the urine. The loop of Henle is able to reabsorb soluble water and ions with its collecting ducts. During the absorption of salts in the ascending limb, water exits the descending limb, turning into concentrated urine. The substance is then drained and it enters the distal tube, which is responsible for maintaining balanced level of pH in both blood and urine. Finally, the fluid proceeds to the collecting tube, where ultrafiltration takes place again before the fluid goes to the ureters, continuing with the process.